Welcome back, everybody. We got some big news and people signing extensions and some injuries, especially for one team. But let's start off with the biggest news, and that is Christian Yelich has now signed a 7-year deal worth $188.5 million with the Milwaukee Brewers. I think this is an awesome move to keep, arguably, you could argue, the best player in the game right now. You could make that case in Milwaukee. Um, and what's even better about this contract that Yelich has now is his salary for this year, 12.5, and next year at 14.6 million will stay the same. So the salary of what's it called of this new contract won't take into effect until the 2022 season, and that helps immensely because Milwaukee can get other key pieces to fill out roles that they need to fill. But I think a really good move by management and ownership to get Yelich under contract, because Yelich is, like I said at the beginning, one of the best players in the league right now. So I'm happy for him. I'm gonna hate seeing him for 7 years, well 9 years, because the last 2 years of the contract. So he's under team control for at least 9 more years. And I think there's a club option for 2029. So they'll probably renew that. So if that's the case, then his contract, he won't have to barter for a new contract until 2029. So 9 years from now, pretty much at the end of the decade. And then in other news, Yelich and Moncada of the White Sox has signed a new contract extension at 5 years and 70 million. Now that the term in total is it's reported on. We don't know yet fully, but the White Sox will probably get him locked up for probably about 5 years. The money, I would assume, is probably around there, because that would be what, 15 million a year. I think that would make sense. I think so. Yeah, 15 million a year. That's not bad for Moncada. And I mean, if you look at the way that the White Sox are doing their contracts, especially for the younger guys, like Tim Anderson, who signed just for length 6 years. Eloy Jimenez is going to be one of their big power guys, 6-year deal. Alfredo Luis Robert, who hasn't even stepped onto the major league field yet, a 6-year deal. So they're and Austin Bummer, who was a key part in their bullpen last year, signs a 5-year deal. So they're locking up most of their big name guys 5+ years from now. So the White Sox are planning ahead, which is awesome, because the White Sox have been in the doldrums for so long that it's nice to have something to cheer for out on the south side of Chicago. But I think what the White Sox are doing is really fun. I think it's going to be awesome watching that team grow and progress as the years go by. And I think it's a good move to ensure that they can somehow win now with the signings they've done in free agency, and win later on in the future. Now on to the injury side of the news. Chris Sale is going to be out for an undisclosed amount of time. Really don't know with Sale. All we know is that he has a sore left elbow, and he's already on his third. He's already went to his third doctor about an opinion. So when you go to that many doctors looking for an opinion, it's not going to be good. I think the worst case scenario is he has Tommy John, which completely sucks, because Sale's a really good pitcher when he's on, but he's been hurt, especially last year when last year he was hurt a little bit, and even when he was starting, he was not good. And then this year, it looks like he might miss most of the year with Tommy John. If it is Tommy John, he's out for the year. It's too late spring training now for him to be back by September. There's no way I could see him coming back if it's Tommy John. If it's not, and it's like this, I don't know, like a ligament problem, that's I think Tommy John as well. But if it's like just tender or something, I could see him probably out 2-3 months. It depends on the severity of the injury. Thing is, we don't know. All it's classified as sore left elbow. That kind of leaves it up in the air. And then, as well as injuries, these three go right in hand because they're all on the same freaking team. The Yankees can't stay out of the hospital room. Can't stay out. Aaron Judge is most likely going to be out for a while. At least he won't start opening day. We know that, most likely. He has right pectoral discomfort, so that's right in the chest. Got to use that to swing a lot of the time. So that's gonna hinder him a lot, especially with his throwing. Like I said, are considered unlikely to be ready for opening day. That's probably what's gonna happen. I don't see him starting. And then you have Luis Severino, who has a partially torn ulnar collateral ligament in his right arm. So he's out for the season right there. That's Tommy John. So he's done for the season, which already hurts that pitching staff because Paxton's out until probably All-Star break. And then you also have Giancarlo Stanton, who has a grade 1 strain in his right calf. That guy cannot stay healthy to save his life, especially since he's been with the Yankees and getting a whole bunch of money on that contract, which that contract's looking bad now at this point. At least I'm thinking it looks like that, because he hasn't played more than, 120 games? Maybe more than 100? He just can't stay out of the hospital room. That's kind of it for the big name injuries. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ones where it's just sore or tightness, and they'll be back in a couple days. And then you got one more free agency signing, and that was Colin McHugh going to the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox getting McHugh is them preparing for the absence of Chris Sale, because McHugh can start. He's not a great starter by any means, but he's competent. He can start. All he's got to do is get to the 5th inning. That's how baseball's played now. Get to the 5th and then bring in the pen. I think it's a good move by the Red Sox, getting somebody who knows how to pitch in McHugh. I think it's a good move. They're not paying him a lot either, so it's not like it's a severity on their payroll or anything. But that's the end of the video. Comment down below what you guys think about the Yelich signing, the Moncada signing with the White Sox, any of the injuries. Do you think the Yankees are going to take a step back this year? Even though last year they missed pretty much the same 3 people and made it to the ALCS. So let me know what you guys think about any of those topics. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. Share this video with all your friends and buddies, and I'll see you guys in the next video.